Alright, let's talk about one of the hottest debates in Congress right now, the SALT deduction cap, and why Republicans are considering raising it. If you don't live in a high-tax state, you might be thinking, why should I care? Well, hang tight, because this one move could have ripple effects across the whole country. So, what's the SALT deduction anyway? SALT stands for state and local taxes. Basically, when you file your federal taxes, you can deduct what you've already paid in state and local taxes, think income taxes, sales taxes, and property taxes, up to a certain limit. Right now, that limit is $10,000. This cap was set back in 2017, and for a lot of folks, it hasn't been a big deal. But if you live in a high-tax area, places like New York, New Jersey, or California, it can sting. Now here's where it gets political. Some House Republicans, especially those in swing districts in these high-tax states, are pushing hard to raise the cap, maybe even up to $40,000. Why? Their constituents would get a big tax break, and that could mean more votes come the 2026 midterms. Representative Mike Lawler from New York is a perfect example. He's basically saying, raise the cap, or I'm not voting for your bill. And with a razor-thin majority in the House, every vote counts. But the party's not all on the same page. Some conservative Republicans are slamming the brakes, worried that raising the SALT cap mostly helps wealthy people in blue states. They argue, why should federal taxpayers everywhere help subsidize high local taxes in just a few states? It's a fair question. Plus there's the matter of cost. The bigger bill this is all wrapped up in, the so-called Big Beautiful Bill, is already projected to add $3.3 trillion to the deficit over the next decade. Allowing even more tax deductions could blow an even bigger hole in the budget. Another wrinkle. Republicans are touting this bill as a win for working-class Americans, with promises to scrap taxes on tips and overtime. But a bigger SALT cap? That mainly helps higher earners who itemize their deductions, not exactly the working class. It's a classic case of political push and pull, with lawmakers caught between helping their districts and sticking to the party line. All this drama actually started in 2017, when the SALT cap dropped to $10,000. Back then, the average SALT deduction was around $13,000, so most of the benefit from raising the cap would go to wealthier taxpayers. Think folks making six figures or more. So what happens next? If the cap goes up, millions in high-tax states get a break. If it stays where it is, budget hawks and deficit worriers breathe a sigh of relief. For now, it's a political game of chicken, with the 2026 elections looming large in the background. Bottom line, this isn't just about taxes. It's about who wins, who loses, and how Congress balances helping voters with managing the nation's finances. Stick around, because this fight is far from over.